how could I tell what radial I was on?
Couldn't you just fly a heading and then wait for, just switch from to from, and then just count 90 degrees from that heading? Is that
Or I could just twist it until I get a to from,
okay?
and then I would know that 90 degrees from it.
So
switches.
So you just start twisting the needle until you get that to from start flipping,
uh-huh.
and then you know that you are 90 degrees from it. Now you've got to know if you're north or south from it, but you could use that. So understanding how to use this makes a VOR very, very usable. It gives us a lot more information than we think it does. It's amazing to me, though, how many students really have no clue what the VOR is actually telling them. They're like, oh yeah, I just am supposed to follow the needle. So, what does that mean? Where does that put you? Okay? So, understanding that to from indicator, I could actually tell what radial I was on simply by getting a to from flip. I am 90 degrees from that to from flip.
So whatever heading or radial where you get that to from flipping, you just count 90 degrees from that, and that tells you what radial you're.
Yes.
Okay.
How likely is it to have one portion of the VOR break like that, like the needle stop working and yet the to from still works?
It's an old Cessna. Very likely.
Is it?
I've had 2 of them like that, actually.
See ya.
Guess you didn't like that question.
All right. See you guys next week.
How would you know which way to go on 90 degrees though?
That's what he said. You got to know if you're north or south.
Here we go. Let's turn on the radials so we can see them. We'll do this. We're actually going to change this one into a heading indicator. So the top one's a heading indicator. The bottom one is the actual OBS. Okay. So you can see what we're doing here. Understand. All right. So ignoring the needle, you can see that I've got, if I fly a heading of north, will I get closer to or farther from the station? Farther from. So where am I? I'm north of the station then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or north of the radial that's tuned in. Okay. Very easy with the needle. Okay, we'll include it in. If you look at the needle and the to from indicator tell you where you are not. Okay. So what that means is, if I look at this, the needle's over here. So guess what? I'm not on this half of it. To from is on this side of it. Guess what? I'm not down here either. Where am I?
Northwest.
You're northwest of the station. Or better to put is northwest of the course. Okay, let's turn it anywhere we want. Let's just move it. Okay, I'm not up here because that's 2. I'm not over here because that's where the course ends. Where am I? Oh.
Southwest.
South, southwestish. Am I? Look at that. Okay, so VOR gives us a lot of information if we know how to read it and know how to use it properly. You know, usually we just kind of tune it in and we don't really know what it's telling us. So let's just play with the to from indicator here real quick. So 060 would take me to the station. So that means I am west of the station. Okay. So now that I know I'm west, we can start flipping. So if I start going, oh, there we go. There's my to from. So at 110, I've got a to from. So I can look right here. So that means I'm either on the 190 radial or I am on the 020 radial. We just said we were west, so which one am I?
190.
I'm on the 190 radial. Does that make sense?
We'll do one more.
Yep.
Of course.
Sorry, I'm the remedial student.
Okay.
The resource class is down the hall. Aw. Alright, here we go. We're up here. Actually, just throw it down here. Alright, so we'll just flip it. Right now I've got a from indication again with 060. So if I fly 060, I'll get further from it. That puts me east of it. Here we go. Oh, there's my to from at 030. So that means I'm either on the 1, 2 or the 3, 0, 0.
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, because I'm east of it. I know exactly what radial I'm on, just like that. Okay? So in all technicality, could I then track that radial in without a needle?
Not with as good of accuracy, but.
Not as good of accuracy, but I can still do it. So literally at that point, what you could actually do is actually fly it in, basically by keeping your to from indicator flagged. Okay?
Easy.
So if you really understand this instrument, it is amazing what you can do with it. It really gives you a lot of information. Why? Because it knows exactly where you are. And so because it knows where you are, it can tell you everything referenced around you 360 degrees because that's the way it's designed. A VOR gives you 360 degrees of course guidance.
Why isn't there just a little digital display that says it,
Says what?
where you're on?
Well, in the Diamond Star, you have your little blue ADF needles.
Right, yeah.
That's what those are. That's all those are. Is that that thing just puts the tail on the radial, basically. Bam, ADF. Yep. There actually are some old ones. I flew in a Cessna once that had one, and it was really cool. It told you what radial you were on.
The old GPSs and the Katanas do that. You say to the station, this radio.
Bearing.
Yes.
Yes. So now that's what we get into. So a radial radiates from, a bearing is to, unless I said bearing from. If I say bearing from means a radial. It's the same thing as a radial. So understanding these terminology, this is where a lot of students, especially in the instrument stuff, started getting confused. Bearings and radials. A bearing is normally to the station, unless they say bearing from. Okay? All right, so here's where we go in. Understanding now that a VOR always knows where I am. So, is there any such thing as reverse sensing?
No.
It's my pet peeve.
Here we go, guys.
Here's
On
my
board.
pet peeve. You ready? If you guys don't believe me, anybody who's teaching a private pilot right now, after we talk about this, go and teach them how to do it this way, and you'll be amazed. They'll never get confused again. I don't know if you've tried teaching a private pilot a VOR, but it's like, my first time I did it, I was confused. I was like, turn, I don't know where we're going. Once you learn this, it's like, holy crud, that's easy. All right, so here we go. Put it to the station here. Okay, so in theory, this is how we should line it up, right? East is going to take me to the station. The course is off to my left. It's off to my left, right?
No, left.
The student accidentally turns it in like this, starts turning to the right. Does a VOR tell me left and right? It tells me 360 degree course direction. The course is deflected to my north. Is the course to my north? Okay, we can throw it anywhere. Let's throw it down here. Let's just get a radio going. All right, where's the course?
Northeast.
It's northeast of my position. Course is deflected to the northeast. Northeast happens to be to my left if I look at my heading indicator, though. So if you teach your students to read that needle is never indicating left and right. It is indicating a cardinal direction. So you always refer to a VOR in cardinal direction, and it will never lie to you. It never lies to you in the first place. So that's the first error of, it's a pilot error. I hate the word reverse sensing because it implies that the actual receiver is having an error. It's not having an error. It's working just fine.
Well, reverse sensing is the way you're interpreting, so you're sensing wrong. It says here that's a visualization problem. So VOR obviously doesn't have reverse sensing, but we do.
Yes. So we have an issue with a pilot error because we don't know how to read that correctly. So if you read it according to cardinal direction, you'll never get confused. All right. So having said that, my mind just went blank again. Oh, so this is the advantage of using an HSI, which is what we have in the Diamond Stars. An HSI eliminates this problem with